This is Tank Game Devlog number 4, and since Tank Game Devlog number 3, we've made quite a few changes to the game. So as you can see, now the turret is no longer attached to the camera is no longer attached to the turret, and now it rotates to the position of the camera. So just like a real life tank, the turret is no longer instantly snapping to places. It takes time to rotate. Another thing that we've added is gun depression and elevation locks. So you can see that the gun doesn't go straight up like it used to before, or straight down like it used to before either. But one thing that we need to add is differing elevation angles and depression angles depending on the location of the turret or where it's pointing. So an example of this would be the rear of the tank. So at the rear of the tank, that would be the place with the least amount of gun depression, since the rear of the tank obstructs the gun's angles, and on the side you'd have the largest amount of gun depression, since there is nothing covering the gun. And another thing we've added is shooting. So that uses the 2D plane shooting that we had before in our prototyping. As you can see, it shoots projectiles like we wanted the tank to do, and there is bullet drop as well. You can only tell when you're shooting at far distances. See, so the reticle is up there and it's just landing a bit below, but over here well, that's not a good example because of the hill elevation, but you'll see that when at close ranges you won't have to account for the bullet drop as much. And we have the ability to change the velocity, so we're able to create possibly artillery in the future, and we'll make sure that the artillery are pretty weak so that they don't ruin the gameplay experience for the regular tanks. Yeah, you'll have artillery that can fire in arcs like that. But right now, that bullet just collided with the casing that we have over the world cage, environment cage. And as you can see there, we have engine smoke now. It's a bit over the top right now since I didn't have that much time to tweak it. We're pretty busy right now with other things that we have to do. So you can see that when you go idle, the engine doesn't rev as much or as high, doesn't use as much fuel, doesn't burn as much petrol, and so you can see that greatly diminishes the density. And now when you're moving, it generates a lot of smoke. So now you can fire on the move. Oh, and another thing with the barrel, you can see that there's the recoil that the tanks use. They use a like a spring or something that absorbs the recoil of the cannon. But later, for large tanks with large guns, will have an effect where the tank gets knocked backwards by the velocity or blast of the tank. But now we have this hill. This is an added hill. You can see the suspension functioning. So our viewpoint is relatively smooth compared to all the absorption that the wheels are doing for our ride. And you can see that our game works. And also you have a name reveal. I just revealed my name and my co-developer's name, Thomas Freeman. So yeah, you can see all the mechanics functioning. It's quite good. And we also have this. This is an old one. I just wanted to show something. So this is what it was like before. It had a lerp, so the gun would lerp to the reticle, which is slow and bad for gameplay since it means that the aiming is inaccurate. So we did design and intend it to the turret to slowly rotate towards the reticle, as it's better for gameplay. Because when you're aiming at something, the gun will quickly slow down right before you're aiming at something, and that's not convenient for when you're trying to hit targets. Also, we have an AI system from before. Um, that's on my website, and we have a radial menu that we're working on for the platoon system. And yeah, so there's a lot more coming for Tank Game. Thanks for watching.